Hello and welcome to episode 28 of Talking Shit About with me, Elizabeth. And we've got a sort of not so spooky noise. That sound is Link. Link, where you digging to, bud? I swear to God, keeps waiting for me to start recording. I've tried to do this so many times, and then he just starts trying to make a nest, but he's like not getting anywhere, and he's just digging in the same spot. But hello, welcome to the show. We're here to talk shit about Halloween, which is my favorite holiday. So if you feel personally attacked during this episode, it's okay. I did too. It's okay to love what you love as long as it's not hurting other people. But before we get roasted, Wikipedia is going to tell us a little bit about Halloween, which, by the way, is October 31st, for those of you who aren't familiar, and the different theories on where Halloween comes from are, quote, one theory holds that many Halloween traditions were influenced by Celtic harvest festivals, particularly the Gaelic festival Samhain, which was believed to have pagan roots. Some go further and suggest that Samhain may have been Christianized as All Hallows' Day, along with its Eve, by the early church. Other academics believe Halloween began solely as a Christian holiday, being the vigil of All Hallows' Day. Celebrated in Ireland and Scotland for centuries, whoop whoop, Irish and Scottish immigrants took many Halloween customs to North America in the 19th century, and then through American influence, Halloween had spread to other countries by the late 20th and early 21st century. Again, for those of you who are unfamiliar, popular Halloween activities include trick-or-treating, attending Halloween costume parties, carving pumpkins or turnips into jack-o'-lanterns. I've literally never heard of anyone doing turnips. Lighting bonfires, apple bobbing, divination games, playing pranks, visiting haunted attractions, telling scary stories, and watching horror or Halloween films. Some people practice the Christian religious observances of All Hallows Eve. There's a lot of hallows in here, including attending church services and lighting candles on the graves of the dead, although it is a secular celebration for others. Some Christians historically abstained from meat on All Hallows Eve, a tradition reflected in the eating of certain vegetarian foods on this vigil day, including apples, potato pancakes, and soul cakes. And with all of the learning now out of the way, let's talk some shit about Halloween. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm here today over Zoom with Nick, and we're here to talk shit about Halloween, which is my favorite holiday. I'm not 100% sure where Nick stands, but that's what we're going to get to today. So, Nick, welcome to the show. Would you
Hello.
like to introduce yourself?
My name is Nick. I'm a bartender, musician, dishwasher. I'm a time divider. That's from this like Trip Shakespeare documentary, this band from Minneapolis that is like the most hilariously bad, pretentious thing ever. But anyway, I'm a time divider. Everybody look that up on YouTube. It's
What was it
it
again?
sucks. The band is called Trip Shakespeare. I don't know the exact name of the link, but it's like just like tour documentary or something like that. It's
Shakespeare.
the
Writing
guy
it down.
from Semisonic, the closing time dude. It's his
Oh,
band before
yeah.
before that from the
Okay.
80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you watch where you're like, I can't believe people ate this up. It's just like doesn't make any sense. They're acting all like they're in Hard Day's Night and stuff. And it's just like, yeah, you guys aren't funny. Like the Beatles weren't
Yeah.
that funny either though, so you know.
Yeah, well, they were like attractive and British, and that seemed to be enough.
Yeah, but were they? They're all kind of weird looking.
Yeah,
If they were just normal guys, it'd be like George Harrison. I mean, he cool dude, made some good songs. But yeah, kind of a weird looking guy.
yeah. I feel like the Beatles would be a good episode. Probably a whole ass series.
Yeah.
But we're here to talk about Halloween. So you mentioned before we started recording that you were involved with the 1991 Halloween blizzard in Minnesota. What is that?
That's that's correct. It's they still talk about it to this day. It was just like I don't know how much snow there was, but it was like, it affected trick or treating, that's for sure. I had to trick or treat at the mall, which I don't know if you've ever had to do that, but it sucks. Like all you
Oh.
is you ended up with like a pillowcase full of Tootsie Rolls because these stores aren't buying like the good candy, like you don't get to go to the rich person house like, where they're giving you full Snickers or whatever.
Uh-huh.
It's just like these stores don't care. And why should they? But yeah.
I don't know why my brain went there, but for some reason I was like, "Oh, Halloween Blizzard." Like in my head that was like an event, like some sort of festival or something. I
Oh
was like, "Oh,
no,
a Halloween Blizzard. Like that sounds fun." No, an
no, it was
actual blizzard. Yep,
it was
that
yeah,
okay.
literal blizzard.
Literal blizzard.
I do remember the my I came home and my dad was watching The Simpsons, so I must have gotten home pretty early, and it was the Treehouse of Horror episode where the monkey's paw episode where the yeah, I don't know, classic
Yeah,
episode.
yeah. So, you celebrated Halloween growing up?
Yeah, I liked Halloween growing up, loved it. Got all the classic costumes that my dad made for me. Generally, he seemed to like it more than I did. Like he usually went all out, but
Yeah.
yeah,
How old were you when you stopped trick or treating?
I want to actually say like 15. Like, but it was just because me and my friends were bored and we are just like, let's see if we can get candy. We didn't even dress up. I think I put like a little fake blood in the corner of my mouth, but that was like pretty much it.
That's like a
Um,
hot debate topic in my mom's old HOA was like, do we let
yeah,
old kids trick or treat? And it's
yeah,
why not? Why not?
yeah, and I was probably a little younger than that actually because I'm remembering who I did it with, and I kind of went separate ways from those guys, like as a like towards high school. But yeah, we got a lot of like, aren't you a little old for this? And I'd be like, yes, I am. It's like you don't have to give me candy, but look at this effort I put in. I have little fake blood. I had to buy a whole thing of fake blood. When else am I going to use this stuff? Yeah, that was in Little Canada, Minnesota, which is
Minnesota.
a suburb of St. Paul. Basically, my takeaway from that is just, like I said earlier, trick or treating at the mall sucks.
It's like shitty candy and like,
Yeah, like Tootsie Rolls,
yeah,
Jolly Ranchers, like stuff that where like just buy a big bag of them and give you one, you know?
yeah,
Where it's like
yeah.
we're good for like 60 kids here. 60 pissed off kids but they're gonna remember this and they're gonna come back to Radio Shack when they're old enough to uh buy a ham radio or something like that, you know.
Rip to Radio Shack. So,
Mm-hmm.
what do you remember what you were dressed up as that year of the blizzard?
That year I don't know. But I can think of a few costumes I had when I was like a little kid. My dad made me a Roger Rabbit costume because that movie just come out and it was like my favorite movie. And it was pretty, like, in hindsight, pretty weird. When you see those like fucked up Simpsons costumes where the guy looks a little like a really bad drawing of Homer or something.
Mm-hmm.
Where I had like these, like, he put some coat hangers and some socks for my ears and like, yeah. And then I was Larvell Motormouth Jones, who was played by Michael Winslow in the Police Academy series.
Huh.
My dad had the good sense to not give me blackface, which
Oh, good.
I would not have thought about at the time because I was like 6. But
But no blackface, so that's good.
yeah, yeah, I can still run for Senate or whatever. Actually, I think you could, if even if you did that, I think you can still run for Senate based on these times.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the state.
Yeah,
Yeah, like Montana, you'd probably be fine.
yeah, not Missoula, like, but
No, no.
Montana. Yeah, yeah. So have to be like a state office, not like a city office. Sorry, you were
Um,
saying.
I was very clumsily asking if there were any other costumes that you remember that stood out.
Well, in my adulthood, I kind of always liked just thinking of something like because I that's when I didn't really give a shit about it. Like I started just like thinking of something like an hour before I left the house. So like one year I was just like, oh, I had like a fairly significant facial hair growth, not quite a beard. and I shaved half of it off. You know how people do like the half man, half woman
Hmm.
thing, and I was a half man, half bearded man.
Ah, there
Yeah,
you go.
it was that was real. That was a big hit. I got so many digits that night.
So many digits.
So many digits, like ladies' phone
Yeah,
numbers.
yeah,
Just
no, I was heckling you.
back when you had to call people, you didn't just send an emoji or whatever.
So you said you kind of didn't like Halloween as much as you've gotten older? Is that what you
Yeah,
mean?
because the reason for that is because like I don't know, I've been playing in bands, but like for the most part, like for the last like I started playing in bands. I haven't played in a little while, but for the most part, I've been playing in bands for about 20 years, and I've been working in bars for about 17 years. And like playing in bands on Halloween, it's always like a little disappointing because you're like you play like a cool like a show that you thought you did well at or whatever, and it's like, oh man, gonna get so many digits to use that again or whatever, like make
Yeah.
so many lifelong friends who I can talk to about bands we liked or whatever. And it never happened, so it was like disappointing. But and then working in bars, you just see the dumbest people, like or like even like smart people acting like the dumbest people on the planet, and it's like, like there's always like nine people dressed like Waldo. It's like, oh, crazy idea, man. Or like like yeah, like eight couples dressed like Margot and Richie Tenenbaum. We're like, oh, these people are probably pretty interesting, actually. They might have a boring job, but they're like they see the good kinds of movies that I like. You know.
Halloween is different now that I don't drink because you're talking about
Oh,
these people in the bars and I'm picturing myself. So,
yeah, fair
yeah,
enough. Do you have any costumes that you are like fond of in the past?
I fucking love dressing up, like, especially as a kid and a little less as I've gotten older, but
Yeah.
definitely like I dressed up all the time for kickball in Missoula.
Oh, sure.
Um, yeah, but I think my favorite costume was Furiosa. I spent like months. I made
Oh,
the
from
arm, Mad Max. But I used foam and I used Plastidip on it and then metallic spray paint and then kind of like
yeah.
fudged it around a little bit and used
Okay.
marker to make like dirt. And it was awesome. It was super cool and I was so proud of it and it looked so good. And I went downtown and fucking nobody knew who I was. And I was so
Yeah.
disappointed. And I saw two other Furiosas in passing, which was cool. But yeah, no one knew who I was, which was a bummer. But yeah, no, I think that was my favorite costume though.
Did you?
Um
This wasn't a Halloween thing, but did you go to the? Were you around for that? Because I think your brother was part of the show. Joe, right? That's your
yeah.
brother. We did a benefit show at the upstairs of the Union that was like sort of Mad Max themed a little bit,
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah,
there
I
was
think
like
I wore it
the.
for that too.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, Halloween, I don't remember. I think the most disappointing Halloween was so my former stepdad was a Marine and so I lived in Bangladesh and Switzerland and we went
Oh.
trick-or-treating in Switzerland, but it turns out they don't really do that there.
Uh huh.
Or at least they didn't when I was living there. So I had like me and a few friends were like the only kids out in the neighborhood, like walking the streets dressed up, and these
Yeah.
people are like, well, this kid barely speaks any French and they're asking for candy and all I have. So
Yeah.
I got like a bunch of fruit and like healthy
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
And
It's like
yeah,
weird candy, probably
yeah, yeah, people were not expecting it. So I remember that being like a little disappointing. People like,
like
why are
those,
you dressed up? What are you doing?
or like the kind of place where like all the candies, like those weird fucking where they're like strawberry flavored candy where the wrapper looks like a strawberry. I always hated
Yeah,
getting those. I always
yeah.
hated getting those.
We have where I live, we have two trick-or-treaters.
Hmm.
Hopefully this year we'll have four, but we make
Oh,
them like these awesome little goodie bags with like full-size candy bars because A, we want to be like the cool house, but B,
right.
there are only trick-or-treaters, so we get to go all out. Let's
Um,
see. Oh, go ahead.
I was no, I was just trying to think of like other Halloween memories. They're just like, obviously there's like the trope of everybody's like, their girls are dressing up as like sexy, whatever. My friend Gina though, she did like actually like really like creative version of that where she dressed up as sexy Krampus and she like went like all out, like she's good, like
Ooh.
amazing. She does like nails now, like really elaborate nails. But yeah, she like went like her makeup was like amazing. She had like shit in her teeth that was like really unnerving. It like looked like she had like tobacco bits in her teeth.
That sounds dope as hell.
Anyway, that's like
Krampus.
like the best like sexy thing you wouldn't expect or whatever that I've seen.
Yeah. I've wanted to do sexy Ronald Reagan who got shot, but I gotta
Yeah,
be like in the right crowd for that one.
yeah,
And my little
yeah, yeah.
conservative town is not the place. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, another friend of mine did "Sexy Abraham Lincoln," and
oh
then
yeah.
like that blew my 2022 or 2002 mind, not
Oh,
2022,
2002.
2002.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when I was still, my voice was still changing, and I was noticing that girls were pretty. Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln's looking real good. So aside from like drunk people being obnoxious on Halloween, is there anything else that
Hmm.
you're not crazy about?
I'm also not crazy about when people like, and for any of these like drinking holidays, when there's like the certain people who are like, yeah, but you and we're like rational drinkers, this is amateur night. It's like, yeah, like we get paid to drink or something, like, yeah, this is amateur night. Anyway, uh, you know, I'm about to drink way too much, you know, just
Yeah.
like they are, but I do this every night. So
Huh.
yeah,
Like elitism
that's,
of like
I
I
was just
drink.
going to say that word. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
These elites, these alcoholic elites. St. Patrick's Day. No thanks. I'm gonna stay home and get blackout drunk there. Yeah, enjoy your shit show. I'm just gonna be my own private shit show.
Having flashbacks to my first St. Patrick's Day in Missoula, just like puking in the middle of the street in front of a bunch of
Oh,
cops, and everyone's just like cheering. I'm like 18, 19.
oh well. That's why I think of
Yeah.
you guys.
St. Patty's Day. So, oh my god. I
You
was
guys
like,
making me puke. It's not the beer. You cops. All cops are.
would have been better if I puked on him.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Oh, it
sure.
would have. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get away with that.
Yeah, I probably could.
You should find out.
Yeah. That's good. I should start
Yeah.
drinking again just to do that, just to see if I
Just
can get
on
away with it.
just on this Halloween.
What are you gonna be? Are you gonna dress up for Halloween this year?
I doubt it, but who knows? I used like oh my the last costume I dressed up as is when I was working at a bar. Still, I do still work at a bar, but just a different bar. Um, I had this. I was like trying to just look through my clothes and see what I had, like put in minimal effort, and I had these mustard colored pants that I got for a wedding, and a mustard colored shirt, and then a black belt. And I was just like, well, my costume is Pikachu, but he's wearing a belt.
Hey.
Yeah, yeah. The owner at this bar, who is a very beloved citizen of Missoula, and that's he was like he asked me about it. I was like, "What the fuck are you?" And I was like, "Pikachu," but he's wearing a belt. Richest guy I know, and he it was the most like confused laugh that I've ever gotten. Just like, okay, so if you can do that to a rich guy, maybe that's like the main my goal from here on out with Halloween costumes.
Yeah, just be
Confuse,
unrelatable. Yeah.
like make your boss maybe have questions about you or something. I don't know. Like it's not that it was like that crazy of a costume. It's just like it was like so dumb. Like I just love dumb costumes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's my way of kind of being like Halloween sucks though, right? Like look at Waldo. He's blending in with the crowd. Where is he? Ha ha ha.
Are there any other costumes that you find, or any that you see a lot,
Well,
that kind of
I
creepy?
expect that we'll be seeing a lot of Barbenheimer costumes this year.
Yeah, I'll probably be one of them.
Well, do your thing. I'm just saying, you're not going to
But
be
you're right. You're right.
like, or like Barbie and Ken couples costume for sure. Like, going to be out in droves. and it's like, and then you see their friends and like, oh my god, that was amazing. Like your costume is amazing. It's like I just wore like a pink shirt. And it's like blew on your
The,
fucking mind, dude.
my problem is like when I do decide to dress up is I like have to go all out. And when I was looking at Barbie costumes, I was like, okay, well, I specifically have to be Barbie and the Rockers Barbie. So I need to spend
Mhm.
$200 on this ridiculous wig. I need to get
Yeah,
I need to get the earrings down. I need to do this. And so it's like a problem. It's like, okay, I need to maybe not be Barbie for Halloween because I can't
yeah.
not put everything into it. So I'll
You know, what'd
probably
be a
just,
good one is you remember? I don't know. You might be too young for this, but like those costumes where it's like the plastic mask with the like string, like the elastic on it, and then the plastic smock that like says who you are.
oh,
Um,
yeah, I have a photo of my dad and my aunt, but they have like masks are super creepy.
yeah. I don't know how
Yeah.
to get how you would get one of those made, but I think like either of those like Barbie or Oppenheimer, just like a plastic
Mhm.
mask, like you like because you don't need a mask to look like a guy that's just wearing a hat, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just like a but just and then a plastic smock that says Oppenheimer
Yeah.
with a
There
picture of
you
like the
go.
mushroom cloud or something like that.
There's your Halloween costume.
Yeah, maybe I'll be Benny Safdie from Oppenheimer. I don't know. I haven't actually seen that movie. I just know he has those crazy goggles.
I haven't seen it yet either. It's on my
I
list.
know. I mean, I'm not. I don't really care for Christopher Nolan. So yeah, I'm such a hater.
It's all right. I have a whole ass podcast about hating shit, so I get it.
That's true. Yeah. So yeah, these people who October 1st, they're like, oh, now it's our time. You guys, I put up with all your love and summer posts like every day, or like, check out this. It's Tim Curry from this, The Worst Witch, or it's like, it's like, like they got something every day for the whole month, and they're just like dying. They've been dying to share. Like they probably like been banking all these for the entire year. But also, they start posting Halloween related stuff like in like July, and they're the same people that if they heard a Christmas song on Thanksgiving, they'd be like, "Oh, fucking Christmas," you know. It's like that's like way closer to Christmas than like when like you know Independence Day or whatever. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. It just drives me nuts. It's like, and it's like people I like too. It's not like it's just like all of a sudden like they just like go in this like, I bet you haven't seen Suspiria. It's like, yes, everyone's seen Suspiria. Like,
I haven't. It's also on my list.
oh well, honestly, this is gonna be controversial. Your fans are gonna want to murder me, but I thought the remake was better. It's a better
Huh.
movie. The original is very. It's like it looks amazing. It's really cool looking, and the music is cool. It's this band Goblin. It's moody and everything, but it's like it kind of sucks at the same time. Whereas like the new one, it's like it actually has like something to say, and Tilda Swinton's amazing in it, and she plays like three people in it, and like I didn't even know until like days after I saw it that she plays this old man in it. That's like one of the main characters. So they're like,
Hmm.
"Who's this guy?" Like I think he was like some '70s German actor that it just like they wanted to like pay tribute to or whatever. And I'm just like, no, it's Tilda Swinton. But yeah, anyway, just yeah, these people drive me nuts. It's just like, all right, I get it. Dude, like you like Nick Cave and goth stuff or whatever. I have a feel there's like probably like a person who thinks that I'm talking like everything that's popping in my head applies to like a few people I know. A couple people are gonna be like, oh, this person like Nick is talking about me and only me right now. And it's like, I'm not. You guys are there's a lot of you guys that do all this, like that bug the shit out of me.
Listeners, he's talking to me too. Don't worry. Or talking about me
No, I
too.
know, but it's like
It's
this like
fine.
weird
It's fine.
like making it no, it's like the people who make it into this like weird badge. Look, I don't hate Halloween, but yeah, as I said earlier, it's my birthday. Like October used to be like a great month. It was like, one of the kids like get birthday presents and then candy at the end of the month. Are you kidding me? And now I just like it's just like, oh, fucking Christ, you ruined my birthday. You ruined my birthday. You
Oh.
I hate you. But
Uh,
yeah, no, I mean, it's like it's not like a real hate. It's just like sort of like, come on, guys. And you're like posting all the same stuff you posted last year. It's like something that I'm noticed like a little too much, like where it's like I concede that like, me saying all this stuff is also annoying. Give it a
yeah, comparing
rest.
it to Christmas is a really interesting comparison because
Yeah, it's like no, because they're always like,
yeah,
oh, your little wholesome cookies and that. It's like, yeah, but I like cookies too, like
it's just the hot
I don't
topic
know.
version of Christmas. Like that's
Yes, like yeah, it's like the high school version. It's like
yeah.
you're in your 40s, like give it a rest. Like enjoy it by all means. I don't like to as they you said like 5 years ago. I don't want to yuck your yum, but yeah, this is one of those things where it's just like, all right, we get it. Anyway, do you have work to do right now? Like,
So,
but yeah,
what would Hall if you could like imagine Halloween as like the perfect holiday,
uh-huh.
what would it look like?
As a perfect holiday,
Yeah.
maybe just like I stay off Facebook for the entire month, like, and then which is but how am I gonna find out if people are wishing me a happy birthday?
Yeah.
But maybe starting tomorrow I'll stay off Facebook, and then I can't stay off face crack as they call it or whatever. Okay, Hive Mind. What go? Why don't you what's your favorite spooky movie that I should watch tonight? Go.
Are you asking me?
No, I'm
No.
saying
Okay.
I'm saying this like
I
I'm
was
describing a type
okay.
of a person who thinks they're
And that's what I figured, and then there was such a pause. I was like, "Oh wait, shit, am I supposed to answer this?"
oh no. I'm just saying like it's like these people who,
Yeah, yeah,
again, it's just
yeah.
these people who think they're total originals. And then there's like, you know, a third of my Facebook friends are like that. And I
Mhm.
love them. I love all my fans and all my supporters, and their support over these years has meant so much to me. I like plenty of scary movies, but it's like I gotta do this every night. Like, and oh yeah, also I'm canceling plans and staying in with this movie. And I'm gonna wear a sweater. Deal with that, you piece of shit. Sorry, anyway, I'm digging into these people a little too much.
Half the listeners have turned off their laptops, or no.
Yeah,
Who the
look
fuck
at
listens to
this.
a podcast on a laptop? That was weird.
I don't know.
Put me on a
Not me.
laptop. I don't know. Not me.
I don't even
Um,
have a laptop. I'm like pretty much off the grid, other than Facebook and uh, Instagram and Twitter and yeah, or X. Sorry, it's X. It's really
X.
cool. Yeah, it's such a cool
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Like,
Elon Musk
like
is
wow,
very cool. He's a very cool person that I would
dude,
love to
he's
talk about on the
awesome. He's
show.
like, because
Yeah.
he's like real life Iron Man.
Yeah, and Iron Man's also really cool.
Because like how Iron Man started as like a weapons dealer or whatever, like bombing like Middle Eastern countries. Elon Musk had that emerald mine in South Africa, where he was also a bad guy.
It's beautiful.
They're like the same dude. If Thanos was here, Elon would kick his ass. Just like no contest. Just give up the stones now, Thanos. Elon's here. He's gonna go to space and fuck an alien. I don't know where I'm going with this.
He's gonna do a lot.
He's gonna see an alien
Nothing.
naked.
God, it would be. I was gonna say unfair. Yeah, it would be unfair if Elon Musk, of all of the people in the world, get to see aliens, let alone aliens naked. I feel like
Yeah.
there are plenty of other people that deserve to see aliens naked before Elon Musk.
But it's kind of weird because like most aliens in movies and stuff are naked.
Mhm.
So, but to see it up in person,
Yeah.
like it's like, oh, I thought they'd be taller. This went a lot of places that aren't about
Yeah.
Halloween.
It happens.
I'm about to go play
That's
some spooky trivia.
good.
Yeah, this was very fun.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, especially on your birthday.
I had a good old time.
that's a wrap for this month's episode of Talking Shit About. We'll be back in November with an episode that's a little bit more serious, a little bit more educational, but it's good content. So I'm excited. You should be excited. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so by following / subscribing / rating the show. All of those things. I would appreciate it. I don't think I have anything else to say. That probably means I shouldn't say anything else. All right, folks. See you next month.